Okay. Well, welcome viewers to this 1993 A2 Reserves Grand Final here at Nord Oval. Capacity crowd. Walkerville won the second semi-final, playing smosh. Up goes the ball. First tap out to Scott Petherick. Gathered by Smosh, still in the square. No doubt it'll be a bit scrambly in the first 15 minutes. Greg Forrest gets a quick kick away. Craig Sloan gathers the ball. He's been paid a free in the back to Craig Sloan, and he'll put Walkerville into attack for the first time this game. There goes the kick. It's a good kick towards Bungahung. Number 4 for Smosh in Putland takes the mark and will relieve for Smosh. Puts it back on the wing. The men fly. Thrown out there by Smosh. Goes out of bounds directly in front of the commentary position. At this point in time, I'll welcome my co-commentator, Brendan.
Thanks, Nick. And the big grand final here. Well, there's a free kick. I don't know how they come about, though. It looked like to be side by side there, and then big ruckman there for Smosh will kick them forward, and a mark taken there by number 20, which is Clark. Clark will send Smosh into attack, but only as far as Walkerville. Oh, they've muffed that one. There's 4 of them, but cleaned up there by Scotty Petherick. Goes across there. Oh, kick out to nobody, but one Smosh player all by himself. He's got a paddock, gets a quick kick in down forward. And a nice mark taken there. Looks by what's Mills. Mills across to Scotty Petherick, goes across the ground, and Jack takes a good mark, plays on, kicks down in the forward. Good use of the body there by young Brett Corbett, and he kicks across to the centre, and Wills all by himself goes to play on, not called play on. Now kicks forward in towards Craig Davey. Craig Davey in front. Not able to take that one, and Smosh under a bit of pressure, and great smothering there. Good chasing by Craig Davey. Gets the ball back across in there. Unable. Oh, Craig Davey, good hands across there. I'm not sure who that was. Could be the first goal to Walkerville, and the umpire signals a goal. I didn't quite see who kicked that. It might have been Dunny, was it? Dunny, yes, Dunny. A good goal by Dunny under a lot of pressure there, and there's the first score in the Walkerville. And good chase here, I think, by Craig Davey. Could have given that up as he missed the mark, but did the hard stuff off the ball. What do you think there, Nick?
Yes, he butted up well there, Brendan. Craig Pecker went for the mark there. Couldn't quite hold it, and butted up on the ground and dished out a nice handball. Finished up with Andrew Gunner, got a nice goal there. A very important goal, I might add, early in the grand final. The first 15 minutes usually a bit silly. Walkerville win the centre again. Greg Forrest the captain coach, puts them deep into attack where Sloaney runs onto the ball. Gunny again gathers. He's been paid holding the ball, and Smosh will relieve. Conditions pretty good here at Nord Oval. There's been a bit of overnight rain, but the ground's quite good. Wills gathers in, puts it on his left boot, puts it deep into the pocket towards Pecker. He gathers, handballs out again. Gunny flicks it around the corner. Smosh player couldn't control it. Smitty there handballing, a bit scrambly now as young Mills gets his boot on the ball. It's a high one. Young Corby's in there battling hard, and the umpire's paid a trip to young Corby, and he'll shoot from some 40 metres out on a very slight angle. Now if Walkerville can pot this one, that'll be a handy little break so early in the game. As I said before, the first 15 minutes is usually pretty scrambly and a bit rugged. There's not much scoring done. Oh, there's not a very good kick from Corby, but can Pecker hold it? No, he can't. It's 3 Smosh there, and they take it over the line for a behind, rush behind. Scoreboard now reading 1 goal 1, 7 points to Walkerville, Smosh nothing.
Yeah, just looking, Walkerville seem to be a little bit more settled than the Smosh team at the moment, and I think the first half of this quarter could be very important. If they can whoever settles quickly and can get ahead, could determine really what happens for the rest of the match. Now the umpire's paid a free kick there. Not sure what he's paid. He's just blown his whistle. He didn't actually signal anything, but it's going to, I think, number 22 there is Lawless for punch over the back there. And Walkerville, good hands out. I didn't quite see who did that, but I think it was Bunny who drives them back into attack. Bunga pounces over the back. Sloaney's in there, gathers well, kicks towards goal. This could go close, but going to drop in the goal square. Pecker's still there. Bit of fight there, and here's a shepherd, good shepherd by Pecker, and not a real good kick by Ronnie DeWolf. Only went about 10 metres. It was marked by the Smosh player. They now clear out of attack. Bomber tries hard. Oh, well done there by Mills. As always, good quick hands by Bomber, but not able to get it to Mills. Out of bounds now. Near side of the ground on the half-forward flank for Walkies. Could get a couple of quick goals in this first 10 to 15 minutes. Could put a lot of pressure on Smosh. Mills beautifully off the pack. Good tap there by Scotty Petherick. The captain coach there in Greg, but there's a free kick paid, holding on there against Bunga Williams. And number 19 for Smosh clears out towards the half-back line. Jack got a little bit of push in the back there, not paid. Smosh go into attack now. It's all walkies though, and Brad Watson it was who kicked it back out, only as far as Harvey for Smosh, and he'll drive Smosh into attack for the first time. And there's a push in the back, definite push in the back there. And I think that's Jakes. Jakes will take his first kick, and we'll clear for Walkerville.
Jack O'Shea puts Walkerville out onto the outer wing. Gathered, sorry, that wasn't Jacko. He just got the ball in. Flicked over towards Stewie Smith. He can't gather. Smosh just put the ball on the boot, high up in the air. Oh, Walkerville in trouble here. Smosh got some loose players. Over to number 2 in DiTulio. He goes for a short kick, but it doesn't come off. It's a very poor kick. Good tackle there by Wills. Umpires paid a throw against Smosh, and Walkerville will relieve deep in defence to Greg Forrest. Now, what's he given, 50 metres here or something? Greg plays on. Greg, the captain coach, drives Walkerville out to the wing there. But the umpires quite rightly paid a free to Bunga Hearn because he pushed him in the back. Walkerville have the ball on the outer wing there to Bunga Hearn. Bunga puts him in the centre half forward. Corby flies, couldn't gather. Number 10 in Marshall relieves for Smosh, but straight out to Scotty Petherick, who dropped a reasonably easy mark. Smosh gather now in Ritchie. Punched away there by Wills. He's been in the play a lot early. Pretty scrambly at the moment. Starting on the bench for Walkerville, we have Dave Smith and Marcus Stevens coming back from injury. Marcus, of course, didn't play in the second semi, but he's earned the right to play in the grand final, proved his fitness. Tap out there by Scotty Petherick. Corby, if he gets a run, it'll pick it up, but he couldn't. Bit of danger here for Walkerville now. Smosh got control of the ball, and there's a free paid to number 14 in O'Brien for Smosh. Now he's going to be kicking from 55 metres out. Left footed, goes for the big torp. It's a good looking kick too. Well done there by Hubbo. He's done the defensive thing and put the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Hubbo, as always. He's always strong. The Rock of Gibraltar down in defence there for the B grade this year. Certainly earned his right to be in the team. Scotty Petherick goes over the top. Corb's unable to take the ball. I think this might be a ball up. No, umpire lets it go on, and Smosh come out, number 2 there, and gets a quick kick, but he's kicked a point that was DiTulio for Smosh, and gets their first score on the board today. And Walkerville now 1 goal, 7 points, leading Smosh. They get their first score on the board, just 1 straight behind. We'll be brought back in here by Hubbo, playing at fullback today. Goes towards the near side of the ground. It's punched off the top of the pack and will be seen out of bounds. Nick Wadkey up for that ball then. Wasn't really kicking to the Walkerville strength there. There was two short players in Nicky Wadkey and oh, there's a ball up there. Yeah, so weren't really kicking to the strength there out of full-back there from Hubbo. Went to Nick Wadkey and Brett Corbett. Would say they're the two of the tallest players in the side, but that's a good tap there. Smothered off Brad Watson's boot there, and the umpire's paid a throw. Looked more like he just tapped it out, and Corby's given away a free kick. And it'll be number 10, Marshall, for Smosh. He'd be about 35 metres out, probably kick from about 40. I'm not really sure how this guy kicks. Whether he might struggle to make the distance here, but he's certainly lining up. They're in the goal square. It's gone long. That's a good-looking kick, and it's gone through. That's a nice kick, and that's Smosh's first score on the board. And they level the score at 1 goal, 1-7 apiece.
Yes, a dead even ball game at the stage. Now the players have settled down. We should see the players taking the first grabs, taking the first give. Should have all the moths out of their system now. Ball goes up. Tap out by Smosh. It's number 21 in Elliot Pazerzo for Smosh. Jack O'Shea kicks off the ground from centre half back for Walkerville. Wills gathers. Handballs over his head. There's a throw from Smosh. Tackling hard now, Walkerville, but Smosh take it away towards half forward. Two Walkerville there. They should gather. There's three of them now. Picked up by Paholsk, and the skipper puts it out. There's a good mark taken there by Bomber Brown at half back. Ronnie DeWolf flies, only one-handed though, can't gather. Number 4 in Putland gets the ball and drives them deep back. He's a big kick, this fella. And there's a mark taken there for Smosh to number 22. Is he called play on? Yes, it's smothered by Jack O'Shea. Gets his kick, oh, could have been after. Oh, Brett Corbett dropped the chest mark there. Gathered by Scotty Petherick. Flips it over to Jack, who butters up. Jack O'Shea puts in towards Ronnie DeWolf. Walkerville in their half-forward line. Comes back towards big Scotty Petherick. He wasn't going to stop for no one. Bungahan late on the scene there. It's taken by Wills. He's had a lot of touches early on, and he should settle things down for Walkerville.
Good backing up there. Good backing up there by Jack to come down the ground and put Walkerville back into attack there too.
Yes, quite correctly called. It was good following up there by Jack O'Shea. That's what we need to do. Get our run-on game going. And you have to take a chance in games like this to set up play. It's no good just getting your kick away and standing there. You have to create options yourself. Make your own luck. In the forward lines now for Walkerville. Ball up. Bunga gets a tap out. It's no one in particular, and there'll probably be another ball up by the way things are going. Very scrambly play.
It's about 40 metres around from the on the other side of the ground from the Walkerville goal. Bunga Hearn contesting the ruck there, and Smosh get a smothered kick, didn't really go anywhere, and I'm quite sure who kicked that one. Might have been Gunny again. Kicks into the pack, going through the pack there was looked like Sloaney. Copped one high. Yes, it was Sloaney. He'll take a kick, free kick. He's probably about 35 to 40 metres out. Probably kicked from around about 40. It's usually a pretty good kick. I'm not sure. He probably put this right on about the goal line, I would say. And Ronnie DeWolf and Craig Davey down there. Also Bunga Hearn. Got a bit of tall timber there. There's the kick. Nice looking kick. Bit wobbly off the boot though. Didn't quite make the distance. Falls in the goal square. Hurry kick by Smosh goes out. Didn't really go 10, but was paid the mark. And they clear out to half forward only as far as Scott Petherick comes off the back of the pack. Mills hurried handball towards Jack. Jack almost caught with the ball, not paid, and the ball will be balled up here on the outer side half-forward flank for Walkerville. Didn't get much of a chance there. Might have even caught one high as he wipes his nose. Ball goes up again. Scott Petherick in the ruck, down towards Mills. Mills beautifully off the pack. Dummies, gets a quick kick, but was tackled. And Sloaney gives away a free kick there to the Smosh player in Oates, and he will clear. Owen goes straight towards the centre of the ground. Good play off the top of the pack there by Smosh. Mucking around a bit with a handball there. Could be gone. Well, he was in possession of the ball, but not paid. Umpire said holding the man. He still had his hand on the ball. Anyway, the free kick will go to Smosh. Marshall from the centre of the ground. Kicks Smosh into attack now. Nick Watke chips in and a beautiful mark in front of the pack there. And a much bigger opponent bearing down on him. Takes a courageous mark in defence and will kick out of defence for Walkerville. Goes towards the near side wing. Only one player there for Walkies. And they've raffled that one. Had every ticket in the raffle and lost the whole lot there, Smosh. But managed to clear. Play on there. Pulse takes a good tackle, but Smosh somehow get out of it. Go towards goal. That's a good looking kick, and I think he's dobbed that one. No, it's just gone to the far side. And for mine, that was a one-hand throw, but they got away with it. And 1 point to Smosh. They now lead by a point. They are 1 goal 2-8. Walkerville 1 goal 1-7. That was a fairly good looking kick there by Elliot Ness, we'll call him, I think. That's the easiest way to call it. Can't pronounce his second name. Anyway, it's gone out wide. And it looks like Stewie Smith's got the handball across. Oh, they've really mucked that one up, Walkies. They might pay for this. And, a bad bounce there to Smosh, but he's cleared. And a good mark to the coach there in Greg Forrest. He'll settle things down out of defence. Looks towards the near side of the ground. Goes towards Ronnie DeWolf. Ronnie one-on-one in front. And he's been given a mark. A bit soft. But then again, by a couple of the decisions paid already, looks like there's going to be a few soft free kicks paid there. Towards Bomber. And Bomber takes a good mark. Spoiled late and it'll be paid. A few soft free kicks paid already in this first quarter, Nick.
Yeah, well, umpires have got their nerves too, I think. They like to get control early. Don't let the players get on top of them. So they tend to be a bit ticky-touch with early in the game. The ball goes over the line at half forward for Walkerville. There's only the one central umpire in this game. I thought there would have been two, but tap out to Bunga there. Going in Walkerville's way, gathered by Wills. Gets the handball out, but can't quite get over the top to Pecker. And Smosh defence, push it out over the line. Let's look across the ground here. We've got Scott Petherick dropping back, waiting for the kick out. Number 8 for Smosh slips, runs into a dead end. Ronnie DeWolf can't gather, and the ball goes out of bounds once again. Well, there's no real wind advantage here at the moment. I'll look across the other side of the ground. The windsock's not doing much at all. Bunga gets a nice tap out there. Good tackle by Ronnie DeWolf. Wills gets yet another tap. But the boundary umpire ruled it was out of bounds. Wills in the thick of things early, getting a lot of touches. He must have had 45 touches last 2 weeks ago in the second semi. It's good to see him in form. There goes the ball. Should be gathered by Walkerville. Greg Forrest puts it on his boot. Play on, says the umpire. But he's butted up and said it's... He had the ball underneath him, but he's still got the free. Number 4, he's a Putland, puts it out on the wing for Smosh. 21 intercepted there by Wills, and he puts it to Pecker, his ex-Hope Valley teammate. Still his teammate, of course. He can't gather. Stewie Smith puts on a late tackle, and the ball's forced out of bounds. Well, it's not very pretty play at the moment, but still early days in this grand final. It's only the 18-19 minute mark, the first quarter. No team getting on top yet. Chased out there by Sloaney. There'll be yet another throw in. There's no real wind advantage. Walkerville on the right side of the ground to score here. So they can only get it away from this ruck. Smosh seemed to be streaming through the centre of the ground there a few minutes ago, but they couldn't get a goal. Bit of a let off for Walkerville. Still very scrambly. The umpire's paid a trip or legging to the big fella there. He's copped a bit of an injury, which is good to see. Can't pick up who it is. Whitehouse, Mary Whitehouse. Run like an old chook. A bit propping his kicks. Not a bad kick though, towards Scotty Petherick. Jack O'Shea flips out the handball, butters up again, soccer off the ground, and unfortunately over the line there on the outer wing. Running to Wolf loose in the centre of the ground. Puts the pass forward. Wills punches away. They seem a bit top heavy to me, Smosh, so hopefully our Walkerville runners can finish up dictating the play. There's a handball, dangerous one, albeit in the centre of the ground, picked up by Bomber Brown. Now this is a chance for Walkerville as Gunny marks some 40 metres out from goal, so he'll be kicking from about the 45. It'd have to be some kind of chance. Apparently had a blinder in the C-grade game last week. Gunny moves in. It's a good looking drop punt across the face of goals though. Big fly there by Bunga, and will be cleared by Schmoss to number 12 in Harvey. Kicks it straight back there, marked by number 7 in, oh, he doesn't even get a mention here.
Mystery man.
The mystery man, there's 2 number 8s, 2 fat ladies, 88. Bomber Brown gathers, flicks out the ball. Greg Forrest whacks on his boot. And it's marked there by number 22 in Lawless for Smosh.
Well, they got streaming through the ground here now, Smosh. They've had a couple of numbers when it's very needed. Hubbo coming out in front, wasn't able to take the mark. Jake's in front. You probably see this through. No, he goes for the boundary line. A bit of a push. Got a push in the back there, and Smosh, 2 players there for Smosh to snap by number 10 into the goal square. And the coach, once again, he's been a good, strong player already so far, is Greg Forrest. He's taken a good couple of good telling marks around the ground where it's really been needed to steady towards Jack O'Shea, but he was late on the scene, and it's been taken there by Whitehouse, I think. Actually, I think it might be Burkhardt or Burkhunt, something like that. Number 9, I think it is. Smosh goes long in towards the goals. It's going to drop short though. Punched off the pack there by Hubbo, and a quick kick. Oh, smothered, well smothered there off the pack by Walkerville, but the quick kick might have gone out of bounds. It has, out on the full, and Smosh will once again drive deep into attack from about 35. He's right on the boundary line. Fair way around actually from where he is. It's number 10 in Marshall will probably put the ball into the goal square. No leads on. No one to kick short to. He's going to have to bomb this one in, I think. And does so. He kicks high right into the goal square. Pack of players form. And Petherick goes up and punched through there. Maybe even kicked through by Wills. Good defensive play. And that's their 3rd behind on the board. Smosh 139 and Walkerville 117. A quick kick in towards Brett Corbett. He's been paid the free kick. A late come in there by Karana. Corbs goes for a quick handball. He's a bit injured, I think. Goes across to Forrest. Umpire's paid a free kick, mark there to Putland. Had a couple of grabs on it. Might have been a little bit lucky to get that one. It's not a wet day. It was wet earlier this morning, but it's the sun's out now over Norwood Oval, and I think you might have to hold them. Obviously, the umpire doesn't think so. That's a nice short pass into DeTulio for Smosh. He goes short again, but not short enough. Goes over his head, and Jack O'Shea takes a nice mark in defence. No one really making a move. He's going to have to bomb it towards the wing. Bung O'Hearn, he's outnumbered 1-3 here. Ronnie DeWolf over the back and takes a screamer. Great mark there, Ronnie DeWolf. And 25 metres for a late attack after kicking. He only probably gave him about 15, but something's better than nothing. Ronnie DeWolf kicks high and long towards Craig David. A great mark over the top. Very nice mark. Something we've seen more of Craig Davey in the A's earlier this season. After his knee injury, hasn't really taken a lot of flyers or anything like that, but that was a very nice strong mark over the back there. And his usual 30-metre run up. And there's the siren to win the first quarter. Craig Davey, we've seen him kick these time and time again. He is a good kick. He's been a bit out of form since he done his knee. Long run up. Kick from about 40 when he kicks this. Definitely a chance here. Takes a lot of time as a kick, a nice kick, but he might have just pushed that across, driving for distance and has, and only one behind a Walkerville. And at the end of the first quarter, very even first quarter, no one really looking to even break away. Even chances in the first quarter. Anyone could have got away, but a lot of pressure. I think that might settle the nerves. And at quarter time, we have Walkerville 1-2, 8 points, trailing by just the narrowest of margins, 1 point to Smosh, 1-3-9. What do you think of that quarter there, Nick?
Yeah, Walkerville started off well with a goal to Andrew Gunn, a good goal there. And there was a quick reply to Marshall and Smosh, and it's a very even game at the moment, as the scoreboard shows. As I mentioned before, the early days in grand finals, it tends to be a little bit scrambly, and players try and get their act together. But do you want a drink? Marcus Stevens is just warming up, but I thought, as I said before, the play tends to be a bit scrambly in the early in grand finals, and hopefully I think Walkerville should finish up running away from this mob, because Smosh look very top heavy, very many top heavy players in their team, and I think Walkerville will run away with this. Start of the second quarter. Walkerville kicking to the left-hand side, which is slightly downhill, gathered by Marshall, who's had a lot of touches for Smosh. He puts them into attack. Brad Watson, I think, was it? No, Nick Wadke. Good effort there. Over to Brad now. Still hasn't got the right coloured shorts after a whole season of play. He puts Walkerville deep into attack, and Corby sustained a bit of looked like a dead leg late in the first quarter there. He knocks it out over the line. It'll be a throw in, and Walkerville half-forward flank on the right side of the ground for scoring, I reckon. The outer side over there, in front of the huge crowd. There goes the ball in. Smosh get it away. Obviously our goal wasn't ready. It's a bit unfair. Ball's dished out the back. Free paid to Smosh. Looked pretty obvious there. And it's one of the big heavyweights for Smosh who gets the free. He pops it over to the centre half back there. Wheels in with a chance. Good tackle applied by Stewie Smith there, and the umpire will ball it up. No great advantage to any team at the moment. Still very tight. Number 7 for Smosh in. Well, there is no number 7 listed in the budget. He puts Smosh deep into attack, and there's a free paid to Julio down by the schoolyard in the centre square. No, it's not. It's Burkhart. The left footer puts it deep into attack for Smosh. All Walkerville back there. Hubbo in trouble, gets the ball away. Well done there by Nick Wadke. Mark dropped by Smosh. Got nowhere to go. He gets it on his boot. Oh, drop mark there. Snap by Marshall again. Puts it through for the first score of the quarter, which was a point to Smosh. That takes them to 1-4. They lead Walkerville by 2 points. Now Hubbo kicks out of the sand pit. It's not a bad effort either. I think the players got to allow a little bit for the defenders back there in the square. And number 14 in O'Brien, the Irishman, he'll have a He'll have a shot. Here's a left footer as well. Puts it right into the square. Punched away by Walkerville. Brad Watson chases it out and makes sure it goes over the line on the far forward pocket for Smosh. Still pretty tight here at Norwood. Scotty can't get his hand on the ball, but does buttering up. Could have been a free there to Wills, gathered by Paholsk. Craig Davies way up the ground. He flips it out to Craig Sloan. There's a good mark taken there by Oates for Smosh, and he'll put Smosh into attack yet once again.
Smosh drive into attack now, and Putland, I think it was, over the back. Well, he put his hand out one way, then paid it the other. I think that's, yes, Putland. He dives deep into attack. This could be close. No, it's come off the top of the pack, and well down there, I think, by Hubbo. Yes, it was Hubbo. Always solid in defence on the boundary line. Sorry, right on the goal line there. And it's brushed through for one behind. Comes out towards Ronnie DeWolf over the back again, and that's the second screamer he's taken today. Looks like he's going to have a good day. Can only hope. Goes towards Bomber, but not long enough. And the big fella there in Kilpatrick. That's a very soft. It's 25 metres. He's sent Bomber back there. And the Irishman Kilpatrick is going to kick from about 51 metres. He kicks short, not a good kick towards Elliot Ness. Elliot Ness kicks in towards goal square, but a good mark there by Jakes, and Jakes saves Walkers in defence. He goes wide out towards Wills. Wills 3-1 outnumbered, still gets his handball away. Wadke goes across. I couldn't see who kicked that one out, but yes, it was Brad Watson. Goes towards the coach there and Greg Forrest. Greg Forrest, plenty of room in the middle here for Sloan if he can pick it up. Not able to pick it up. Kicks it along. Still in the race, but Smosh in the lead for the ball. That was almost a throw and called by the umpire. It was a one-hand flick straight out, and I think it might be Bunga Hearn to take the kick. Or I'm not sure who's going to get this. Might be Ronnie DeWolf. No, Bomber. Well, Bomber was about 30 metres away from the ball, but he's the one who's run in and picked up the ball.
He snipped him. He snipped him. That was Bunga's, and I'd want a beer if he pots this.
Well, certainly a much better option for Walkerville, and that's a nice looking kick, and that's the second goal on the board. Well, I probably wouldn't have backed Bunga in for that one. You could probably mark him down for it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I've got him down for the goal. Bomber owes him a beer, I reckon.
Well, Bomber was about 30 metres off the play there, ran in and grabbed the ball. Umpire just, well, he's so far really, he's been playing some ticky-touch free kicks, and he sort of wasn't up in the play there. Looked around, man with the ball was Bomber, and he kicked for goal, and he'd probably be the best man to back in for a goal from there in this team. And Scotty Petherick wins the ruck this time. Wills goes in hard, and able to get it. Craig Sloan in there as well, and the ball will be balled up once again. Only about 10 metres from the centre of the ground, slightly towards the Walkerville end. And Scott Petherick contests the ruck again. Kicked off the ground by a Smosh player. Elliot Ness for Smosh gets a quick handball, a good handball actually. He gets out and, well, pushed in the back there. Paholsk wasn't paid. Very well done by Nick Wadke out to Brad Watson. He kicks towards the outer side of the ground. It's all Walkerville. Ronnie DeWolf goes long, and Mills has got 15 yards. He plays on, goes towards Greg Forrest, and that's great play. And he's been copped high after putting on a bit of a stage act, but the umpire was alert to that one and didn't pay it. He'll line up from about 30 and will actually line up. This could be Walkerville's third goal.
That was good play there from defence by Walkerville. Brad Watson drove it over to Mills, who was loose, and chipped over the captain, the coach rather, and Greg shouldn't miss. Puts it through for Walkerville's third goal. It's very handy lead now.
Yes, great goal there. Very nice kick. Never looked in doubt as soon as it left the boot there. And quite right in saying that defence set that goal up. Nick Wadke, the Flying Dutchman, flew through the pack there, did the hard stuff, got the hands out to Brad Watson, kicked them into space, and off they went. Mills had a panic and a nice pass, as always, across to Greg Forrest. And Walkerville now lead 3 goals to 20 to Smosh 1-5-11, a 9-point advantage. And Wills gets a good handball out to Corbs, who gets a hurry kick down, and it's all Smosh though, and it may have been a free kick, and it will, a free kick. And advantage paid down towards Pujols. Pujols gets a punch from behind, still in there, gets a handball out to Brad Watson, who's been very good so far. He's done the hard stuff. Bit of a push out there. Mills a bit unlucky, and Smosh got numbers in the centre. Over to number 16, Kilpatrick, who gets a handball away. Over to another big fella here in number 9 in Burkhant. Burkhant kicks Smosh into attack. Bit of a push out there. Comes over the back of the pack. Deep in attack there for Smosh. Watke again. And number 7 there kicks that right out on the full. He's unnamed actually on this team, so maybe he had come down from the A's, or maybe he might have come up from the C's, but he's unnamed. We're not really sure who that man is, and Jakes will kick out of defence for Walkerville.
Out at half back for the umpires picked out another free to Smosh. Big number Burkhant, the big, looks like a country boy, left footer, whacks it in. It's a good mark by Hubbo. Probably should have taken that one. He's not happy with himself. Walkerville looked good that last goal they got. If they can get a couple of those passages of play together, they'll run right away from Smosh, I feel. Walkerville win the tap out to Craig Sloan. He puts a wobbly old kick to Kilpatrick. He bangs it back in. Bounced off the big fella's chest. He's hopeless. Gathered well by Sloaney again. Over to Jack O'Shea. And now we're looking good. Ronnie, turn around. Ronnie to Wolf. Can he gather? No. Now the old man for Smosh picks it up. Gives it number 6 in Karunahuna. He must be Hawaiian. Gives it out to Scotty Petherick. He dishes it back to Puholsk. The big fellas are trying. That was a trip. Yes, umpire's seen it, and Nick Wadke will, the Flying Dutchman, he'll relief for Walkies. He elects to go to the outer side. Good mark there to the Smosh player in Putland. Too bad he didn't break his collarbone when he fell down, but the oval was a bit soft. No, it's Burkhant. Oh, this bloke, he's a big hoof of a kick. In it goes again. Jack O'Shea in the back from the big fella for Smosh. This is anybody's. They all fly, no one can gather. Gathered by Stewie Smid. Wills gets the ball, flicked out to Wadke, the Flying Dutchman again, over to Brad Watson. Onto the boot, bounce. Favours no one. Pecker's there. And Smosh, probably the oldest bloke in the whole comp. Well, it looks like he's pretty old. He whacks it in for Richie, is it? Yeah, it probably looks about as heavy as Greg Ritchie, the cricketer too. Smosh in control at the moment on the far side. This is dangerous for Walkerville if he can get away. Should have been holding the ball, and the umpire's seen it and paid it quite correctly to who's that over there? The Nucky Vatki whacks it on the boot. It's a good looking kick too to the outer side. Pecker flies, goes out of bounds. Well, as the dust settles, it seems Walkerville is slowly gaining the ascendancy as a player comes off for Smosh here. Number 3 goes on in Tate. Number 11 in Bennett's comes off, and Walkerville gather. Greg Fire, there's heaps of room here for Bunga. If it bounces for him, we're in business. Flicks it out. Stewie Smid crunched there. Could have been nearly a free. Corby's battling. The Smosh, under pressure still. There's this old man again to Richie. He can't bend down. Sure, they all fall down now. Young Mills gathers the ball. If it sits for him and we're in business, he picks it up, the little fella. Whacks it on the boot. Over the back is Gunny, and he'll have a shot. No, he chips it across to Ronnie de Wolf. Can't get there. Pecker's running in. big Scotty Petherick's charging out there. Can't gather in the back, surely, to Ronnie DeWolf on the half-forward flank for Walkerville.
Certainly Walkerville looking the better when they run the ball. Smosh have had plenty of chances, and Gunny leads out. He's got a paddock there, but he just ends up under a bit of pressure. Brings it back in towards Bunga. Bunga couldn't get it, and it's been off the top of the pack through for a rush behind to Walkerville. They go to 3-3-21, Smosh 1-5-11. Certainly Walkerville looked the goods when they run the ball. Smosh seemed to be a bit lost when they run the ball. They got space and they seem to muck around with it and get themselves into a lot of trouble. And that's a terrible kick out of defence. And if Greg Forrest can pick this up, he could have a bit of space. Goes for the handball across to Smitty. Stewie Smith gets it back across, but it's smothered there by Smosh, and Smosh somehow are going to come out of attack here. Well, that's a pretty soft mark paid there to Putland, and Putland looks like a pretty good player actually. Goes short, but too short, and Jack O'Shea chips in for a very timely mark on the wing. Once again drives towards Bunga Hearn. Comes over the back. Ronnie DeWolf beautifully off the pack, runs into goal, and the bounce didn't quite get him. I think he was sort of in two minds whether to go for a pass there to Pekka or to go for goal, and I think that's what finally missed it. And this ball comes out for Smosh, number 20 in Clark. Clark clears on towards the wing for the big fella, and a nice mark there too. Good by DeTulio. Good effort to try and spoil there by Mills, but Ruckman versus Rover, really no contest. And the kick goes about 30, and that's very taken high by Holst, but not paid. Jack O'Shea, a good tackle, and well done by Jack. Definitely well done there, and that saved Smosh getting into attack, and it's on the half-forward line. Mills down, no, not injured. Thought he might have hurt a knee or an ankle there, but no, he's back up into the fray. Nullified tap there, and Corbs comes out with the ball. Still going, Corbs. Umpires paid a ball up, and a fitting result to that encounter as well. Just beyond the 50-metre mark here for Smosh. Umpired a ball up. Once again, Scotty Petherick contests the ruck. Goes up a bit early, and he's given away a free kick. He's put the knee in the back, and the ruckman DeTulio, well, there's two DeTulios playing this. F. DeTulio goes short about 15 yards, and Lawless has taken the mark about 45 out. Ordinary looking kick goes in towards the point post. Paholsk over the back and punches through, goes for a rush behind. Smosh now move on to 1 goal, 6-12. They trail by 10 points. And Hubbo once again to kick out of full back for Walkerville. Not a good kick, and it's gone straight down the throat of Burkant. Burkant will, well, he'd have to be a pretty good kick to kick it from here. He's going to have to kick from about 40, 45. Very congested forward line. Well, he certainly looks like he's backing himself. He's going back to have the kick. Probably looking to run up, and that's not a good kick off the side of the boot, but that was Hubbo over the back, goes to punch, and it's out of bounds about 5 metres around from the outer side point post at the parade end of the Norwood Oval. Umpire to ball the ball in. Goes straight over the back. Wills goes for the tap, but to no avail, but I think that's Bomber. Does well. Still on the ball, Bomber. Hits it out, but it's all Smosh. Corby, 1 on 4. Corby does well, though, to smother the handball. And a good tackle there. I think it might have been Nick Watke. No, it wasn't Nick Watke. It was Wills. Was it Wills? Yes, Wills does well to hold the ball in for a ball up. Actually, might have been Brad Watson. Got it right the third time, and could have almost been a free kick in the ruck there to Scott Petherick, but the kick comes straight to the middle, and the clearing kick here by Paholski goes wide into space. Ronnie DeWolf, if he can get a good bounce, and he's got space. He can go the handball, goes the handball to Paholski. Paholski's been shepherded by Jakes. Paholski goes towards Craig Sloan, and if he can pick this one up, he's got a paddock too, but he's under pressure now. Gets the tap on. Mills shepherded out of the ball. Well done there by Clark, the old timer for Smosh. And the clearing kick comes towards number 8, Clark, and he'll kick out of defence for Smosh.
It's an opportunity went begging there for Walkerville. It just didn't sit for young Milsom. But Jakes gets the free on the wing for Walkerville. Puts the ball in towards Bungerhern. Over the top, Ronnie de Wolf trying to take his third specky for the day. Couldn't bring it in. Oh, numbers there for Smosh. Right in the centre of the ground. Should be a ball up, I reckon. No, it's flicked out. Smosh gather. Number 4 in Putland. He's a good player for Smosh at the moment. And the umpire spotted a free to Hubbo. The big number 1 in Bamford. Bomber Bamford. Big bomber belly Bamford. Hubbo will give him the run around. Hubbo puts it out to the coach. And good gutsy stuff there. Knocks it towards Bomber Brown. Speaking of bombers, over to young Corby. Oh, he can't quite get his hand to it. That would have been on for... who's that over there on the far side for Walkerville? That's Stewie Smith, I think. Yes, it was Stewie. Gathers the ball now, puts it on the boot. And there, we've got numbers here, Walkerville. 3-1. Can't gather it. Now young Corby gets it, spins around. Good little piece of play, chips it in. Gunny flies but can't gather. Greg Forrest gathers the ball. Here's a chance. No. Pulled off the ball. Good tackle there by Smosh. Now the old man for Smosh puts it out across the goal. It's dangerous play. He's got no one to kick to. Pressured by Ronnie de Wolf. And Bomber should be... Bomber, well done. And good play there, Bomber Brown to Ronnie de Wolf. He pots it right into the teeth of goals, but it's marked there by Smosh. It was good play by Bomber Brown there. Wasn't paid the mark, went on with it and chipped it across to Ronnie de Wolf. But there was no big tall guy on the square for Walkerville. Now it's going to be hard for this guy. He's kicking from the sand pit. He'll have to use a sand iron for sure. Only goes about 30 metres, but straight to one of his teammates in Lawless. Lawless puts it out to half back. Gathered by number 21 in Paturio, the pastor boy. Yeah, they got some long names. They've got Elliot Paturio, the DeJulio brothers, and Rukanui from Hawaii's playing. Don't know how they got their visas, but they're all playing for Schmoss. Very international club, I believe. The ball goes out of bounds on the far side. Walkerville leading 3-4 to 1-6 at the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. Coming up to half-time. Another goal to Walkerville will be very handy going into the long break. Grabbed well by Stewie Smith. And it goes out of bounds once again. Well, it's not a high-scoring game, but Walkerville will lead by 10 points. And seemingly in control. I think it's only a matter of time before they crack this mob. Smosh chip it in the centre, a brave move. It's safely marked there by Pastor Boy. He slips it across, good handball. This gives Hubbo a bit of a run at the ball. Don't get in front of him, young man. Nick Wadke's battling hard in there. Jack O'Shea, he's had a good game so far for Walkerville. There'll be another ball up. About 50 metres out, centre half forward for Smosh. Only a couple of minutes left in this quarter. Don't want Smosh to score a goal here. The big fella, the captain coach, DeTulio, one of the DeTulio brothers, just grabs a knockout. Goes to ground, will be another ball up. We need a break here. Young Corby's onto the ball, fighting hard, but he only had eyes for the ball, but he's been given a free paid against him. This is dangerous for Walkerville. Number 7 chips it across to the big balloon Bamford. He's got more bandages on him than a Melbourne Cup favourite, but apparently he can kick a goal, this fella, apparently. He'll be kicking from about 35 to 40 metres out, and he's got to kick uphill. I don't think he'll make the distance. I hope the Walkie boys are in front. This bloke looks like a fat Andrew Jarman. And it's a wobbly old kick. Goes through for a point. score now is 1 goal 7. Poor kicking from Smosh, although that's indicative of the pressure the Walkerville are putting on him. It's 1 goal 7 to Smosh, 3 goal 4 to Walkerville. Only a couple of minutes left in this half.
Certainly been a much more promising quarter here, and Jack kicks to himself. Not a good one. He's kicked a shocker, actually. Bounce got him, but he's covered. Gets a quick kick across, and very lucky to get out of that one, and Jakes takes a mark. Well, had the right idea there, Jack. He had a paddock, but the kick to himself wasn't a good one. And Scotty Petherick gets a handball across to Wills. Wills goes towards the wing. Greg Forrest uses his body well. Bunga gets a handball across to Greg Forrest. Well done. Under the hammer, though. Gets a short kick into space. It's Pecker, 1-on-2. Kicks towards the boundary line. If you could pick this up and handball, they're a real chance. Gets the tap out. Beats everybody, but not able to pick it up there. Greg Forrest finally gets it out. Pecker lines up from 35 on a very acute angle. That's a good-looking kick. Walkerville players clap, and so do I. That's a great goal. And I'll call the board here at Norwood. It's 4-4, 28. Walkerville leading Smosh, 1 goal 7-13. Good play there by Walkies.
Yes, excellent goal to Pecker Davies there, and from a cute angle too, I might add, and he did well. He was outnumbered as the ball came in. He just give it a little toe on, gathered the ball, slung it out, butted up, got the handball back, and got a very nice goal on the run from deep in the pocket there. And that was a very handy goal for Walkerville. It must be nearly siren time, and they've got a handy 15-point break. Now they're looking good. Young Mills gets a tap out from big Scott Petherick, but the ball smothered off the boot, and there'll be another ball up. Up she goes. Tap out by the Smosh ruckman there. Wills gets yet another touch over to big Scotty. Gets the handball away. Gathered by number 3 in Tatey. Gives it over Smosh number 7 in Whitehouse, Mary Whitehouse. And the big fat Andrew Jarman. Belly Bamford. Ooh, hope I ran into a bit of a dead end there. Looks like Bamford's done a shoulder here. And this bloke might as well give the ball straight back to the umpire, because he's got Buckley's hope of kicking this, unless he's Bob Sherman. The crowd hooted. Oh, he's got no idea. Just one for luck. And the half-time score here at Norwood Oval in the A2 Reserves Grand Final is Walkerville 4-4, 28 leads Smosh, 1 goal 7-13.
Just a quickie on that last goal. Greg Forrest got the hurried kick down. He's under a lot of pressure. Picked himself up off the ground, ran on, won the ball out of the pack in the pocket, got the handball out that ended up in the goal. And if that's not inspiring work from the coach, then there's no such thing as inspiring work. That was really well done, and that is probably what has put Walkerville in front here by 15 points. Is they've backed each other up, and Smosh have got probably a lot of the ball, if not even more than Walkies. But I just don't feel they're backing each other up. They're kicking and handballing just to the players running by, and then kicking it to no position and not running on and backing up. And that's why we see Walkerville 15 points in front at half-time, and a very tight grand final here. There's only been 41 points scored between the two sides in a half of football, and that shows why it's been a very tight grand final so far. And we'll pick it up again at the start of the third quarter. Here we are, second half in the A3 Reserves Grand Final, second half, and first kick goes to Smosh after a tap down by Scotty Petherick. And once again, Smosh going into attack. Jack O'Shea in there, but almost dropped there, and I thought it was dropped. Had one hand on the ball, let it go, but was paid a free kick. That's Brian for Smosh. And Smosh once again attacking early in the quarter. And O'Brien he will kick from about 50. probably pop this one into the goal square. And that far, not a good kick. Scotty Petherick go to the back, goes the punch. Comes out, it's a real race for the ball here. Two Smosh players. Has to be in the back and was paid. Quite sure who that was. It's Mills. As always, Mills in first for the ball. Goes wide to Jack O'Shea, who has space. Handball, a little bit too long for Sloaney, but gets back. Jack backs up well. Goes across. Smitty on the ground. The first time he's been seen in this grand final. Not a good kick though. And it's bounced back out, but only as far as Sloaney, and a telling mark on the half-forward flank. Goes towards Wills under a lot of pressure. No talk there, obviously. Wills thought he had plenty of time to kick that. Was put under heaps of pressure as soon as he got the ball. And bit of a mistake there, I'd say, by Sloaney. Either didn't shepherd, and he certainly didn't talk. And the ball was rushed out. I think that's... Ness goes towards forward line, and number 9 there in Burkant goes towards the forward line, but it's off hands. Well done there by Jakes. Off the pack and through for one behind. Well, so far we probably could have seen 3 goals kicked, 2 maybe by Smosh, and even a very good chance even by Walkerville towards Mills. Mills very much outnumbered, or not so much outnumbered, but outweighted in the height department. But Hubbo got a free kick. It was played downfield. Ronnie the Wolf goes over to Bomber Brown. Goes to Ronnie the Wolf. He kicks in on now. Corby in front. Could have been paid a free kick. Still in with a chance. Coming through the pack there was Bunga Hearn. Oh no, we get it. Corbs still in there fighting. Well done, Corbs. Bunga Hearn shoots out the handball towards Pecker. Pecker over to Gunny. Gunny towards goal. Snap, and that's up. And a great start there to Walkerville. Very inspiring, and that's what they needed. And the Walkies, the Mighty Cats, go another goal ahead. And boy, that's what they needed to start this quarter off. And now I thought both times there, Corbs was beaten, Bunga was beaten, and both of them backed up to combine to give that ball to Gunny, and a great goal. I mean, that is what they've been doing so far, backing up, and that's what's winning them the game at the moment.
Excellent play by young Corby there. As you said, he butted up 2 or 3 times and finished up giving the ball out to Gunny from a very valuable goal to Walkerville.
Well, the ball's been bounced and hit down towards the Smosh half-forward line. Umpire's picked out a free kick. Looks like it's going to Walkerville, picking themselves up from the bottom of the pack. No. Well, he's giving it to Tate from Smosh, who kicks Smosh in towards Bamford. Bamford in front, unable to take the mark. Well done by Paholski to spoil, and on the bottom of the pack as well. And good play by Paholsk. Also in there was Mills and Jakes, and the back line for Walkerville really putting the pressure on the Smosh forward line at the moment.
Yeah, just have a look at big Blubber Bamford there. I reckon he's got a disco shoulder. He's favouring it to a great degree. So I don't think he's going to take much, be a very important part of the Smosh system as time goes by. He looks very sick. He's not even in the square.
Yeah, I've seen him out here as he took that mark right on the siren in the end of the second half there. He grabbed at his shoulder and once again grabbed at it in the third quarter. He doesn't look well at all.
No. That's all the bonus for Walkies, and I think with that great team goal there a minute ago that they should get on top of Smosh. But meanwhile, back at the game on the half-back flank for Walkerville. I see another 25 metres, so Smosh is starting to crack here. It'll be a free to young, is it Mills? Yep. Young Milsom on the wing now. We'll put Walkerville into attack yet again. There goes the kick. Big men fly. Bunga can't grab it. Smithy on the ground. I don't know who came, who's replaced. Marcus Stevens hadn't got a gallop yet, so there's an ace up the sleeve. Oh, young Corby's gone right over the top. Wills, Jack O'Shea. Just took that couple of steps extra. Smosh play on quickly. They realise that things are starting to get a bit desperate now. Out to number 7 in Whitehouse. Well, I think it's Mary Whitehouse, and he puts it out of bounds on the half-forward flank for Smosh.
How's these dogs going?
Number 7, the pink, isn't it? There'll be a throw-in on the
Kennel King.
The Kennel King. Don't get the whooping cough. Scotty Petherick gets a handball out to Wills, who's had a lot of touches today. And the umpire's picked out a free just to sort things out. There's someone getting up properly. Sloaney doesn't look too good. No, he's all right. Old Craig Sloan, very famous player for not knowing where the Richmond Oval is, but I think he knows now. Luckily not playing there today. Lucky it's Norwood, a bit closer to home. There's Brad Watson clears with a huge kick out to the wing. Chipped into the centre to number 16. Kilpatrick, the big Irishman, put... Oh! And Harbo's just had a clip across the forehead, and Smosh get the free about 25 metres straight in front. He had the mark anyway, so Harbo just trying to make him a bit dizzy. It's number 21 who'll take the kick. That one of the... No, it's not one of the brothers. It's Elliot Pazzaria. Pazzurio Elliot Ness, we'll call him. He might be a bit groggy. He looks like a lefty. And he's pushed it across for a point. And that was a bit of a let-off for Walkerville. Scoreboard now reads 1-9 to Smosh, 5-4 to Walkerville. And Jack O'Shea will bring it in. Oh, he uses his sand wedge out of the goal square there. Scotty Petherick can't gather. Oh, the umpire's getting a little bit... Getting a bit soft there. There was nothing in that, I thought. However, Smosh have got the ball only about 30 or 40 metres out in a very acute angle. There's no way Noni can pot this, I don't think. O'Brien is another Irishman. Oh, he's gone for the banana. Left foot check side, a la McGuinness, but it's gone across the face of the goal and through for yet another behind to Smosh. That brings them up to 1 goal 10. Very good kicking from Smosh. That's what we like to see. 5 goal 4 to Walkerville.
And it looks like Jack to kick out. I hope it's a little bit better than the last one, and looks a bit better off the boot. Goes towards Sloan. Sloan over the back, unable to take it. Wills off the pack, still under the bottom of the pack. Gets a quick one out to Paholsk. Over to Petherick. Petherick, quick one over to Corbs. Corbs a little bit late on his handball, and Smosh under a lot of pressure. Could even go forward again. Hits it out towards the half-forward line. Paholski in there. Oh, well done by Wills. Gathers, kicks towards the centre wing. Almost could have been a free kick, and here's numbers. Corby goes into open space. Bunga Hearn 1-on-1, but the bounce favours. I think it was Oates there, and he goes across to Elliot Ness. Elliot Ness goes in towards Brad Watson, who off the top of the pack, and Greg Forrest clears for Walkerville, but maybe to no avail at the moment. A good tackle by Sloan, and well, that was an excellent tackle by Sloan. Maybe held the ball to him just a little bit. Umpire said, I'll have it, thank you very much, and he'll bowl the ball up. Scott Petherick done a great job in the ruck so far. Wins once again. Sloaney in the race for the ball here. Still in the race for the ball. On the bottom of the pack and holds it in. And Sloaney, well, he's just done an average job. He's been good and quiet in part. So I suppose he's been effective when it's needed. Mills on the bottom of the pack there holds that one in, and once again a ball up. And I think guys like Mills and Sloan, Ronnie DeWolf in sections have been good as far as the runners go. And now I think that might be what have got him in there. And Greg Forrest should have been paid for holding the man there. Anyway, the ball's gone into attack for Smosh, only as far as Scott Petherick, who gets a handball at the Jack, and a nice kick out to Ronnie DeWolf. As I said, Ronnie DeWolf's been patchy, but when he's been there, he's done well. Well, Corbs didn't really have a go there, and Marshall for Smosh only kicks down as far as Brad Watson. Good to see Brad Watson back too. He's had a lot of games out this season, trained just about every night this season, I think, but due to work commitments, hasn't been there. Bomber almost took the screamer. And it's Elliot Ness gets a hurried handball out. Tate picks up the ball for Smosh, goes forward, and a good mark there to Smosh. And I think that's one of the Tulio brothers, and he's kicked straight into the man on the mark. Brad Watson again in the fray. Pujols could have got a push in the back on the bottom of the pack there. Still going. Umpire calls play on. DeTulio again. Numbers here and a legging there. And it'll be a Walkerville free kick. I think Brad Watson again. Being very good in defence, I think, Brad Watson. What do you think, Nick?
Had a great game as young Brad. He chips it out to Wills, who's had another 30 or 40 touches so far. He's looking for a lead. None forthcoming. He finally decides on either Corby or Bomber Brown. Bomber takes the ball near the wing, chips it straight out in front of the commentary position. Bunga flies but can't grab the mark. It's out of bounds directly in front of the commentary position. Well, chance here for Walkerville. Oh, young Milsom is straight into a coat hanger there. That should have been a free. And even though it was in off the Walkerville player, the boundary umpire's given us a bit of the doubt. And Wills, with yet another touch, should go back a few metres yet. And who we got up forward? He's chipped over to Brad Watson. We want to kick quickly. Should be nearly after disposal. Yes. Good pass to young Corby now. Things are working for Walkerville. As Smosh stream back in defence. Corby chips towards the centre. There's instructions by Greg Forrest before the game that this is not the side of the ground to kick goals from. You have to centre the ball because it's definitely downhill here. There'll be another ball up.
Yeah, looking at that kick, he kicked like it was Walkerville 1-on-4, but he still kicked into space, which is constructive rather than just kicking into the packs as well. It's quite good thinking there by Corby.
Gathered by Wills now. He puts Walkerville into attack now. Can Packer grab this one? Goes up. Gunny's there on the boot. Snap around his body. Ronnie to Wolf. Oh, crashes into the point post. And he's paid the mark. Now, Walkerville would want to be... he'd probably want to go for the pass here. He's right on the post, and he's crashed into it a la Ablett a few weeks ago in Perth. Of course, the champion Ablett got up, and I reckon Ronnie will probably have a go at check side, but maybe the percentage thing would be to look for a little short pass, but Smosh have got all that. He's run around, he's done the check side, and it's through, I reckon. There's a great goal to Ronnie to Wolf. Now, if that doesn't lift the team, nothing will. That was great play by Ronnie de Wolf, and the players go over him. Hundreds of Walkerville players go over and recognise and acknowledge the fact that that was a great goal. Well, and the crowd's building up here at Nord Stadium as Walkerville now slip away. 6-4, 40 points. Smosh 1 goals, 10-16. Well, that was inspirational, Ronnie de Wolf then.
Certainly was, and Walkerville, what's the go here? Umpire's blown his whistle. It's going to be an infringement in the square on the centre bounce. Smosh go forward through Kilpatrick towards Bamford, and well done there by Hubbo over the back, punches away. Smosh once again under pressure. They got numbers, but through the centre, Brad Watson has had an absolute pearl of a match. Goes towards Mills, goes over the back. Bunga Hearn picks up. Handball into the middle, but Kilpatrick picks up. Unable to get it, and it could be a ball up there by the umpire. Well, how well is Brad Watson playing? And I'll tell you what, he hasn't played many matches, and he's certainly showing why he should be here in the Bees. And we certainly missed him through the season through work, and it's great to see him out here on the day that counts, the big grand final. And Smitty, Dave Smith gets a free kick out, but Smosh, Nupel go forward. Pujols does very well in defence, finally gets the ball after about 3 attempts. Once again, Putland has been a great player for Smosh. Gets a hurry kick across towards Elliot Ness. Elliot Ness picks up the ball well. Wills, good pressure, unable to get a good kick away now, Elliot Ness. Good tackle there, and Brad Watson again out of defence towards Wills. Wills no one to kick to, so he kicks in the space out in the centre wing. Dave Smith in the race, in the lead for the race, but Putland has been a good player for Smosh. Kicks them back into attack. Wadke, well, I thought he had his eyes on the ball, got a hand on it even. Umpire still paid a free kick, and the free kick will go to Smosh.
Blubber Bamford's off for Smosh with his shoulder, and he's replaced by a bloke that's even heavier.
Well, I find that hard to believe. He was a pretty fat bastard. Anyway, the ball's been punched away, and Bunga Hearn coming off, and the mighty man from Wagaville, Marcus Stevens, gets his first berth.
Marcus, he'll be jumping.
He's gone into the forward line. He might find himself a bit out of sorts there because he doesn't. Well, I think he's played in the forward line all year, to be honest. He goes down, I think, to centre half forward. Lines up against Oates for Smosh. Anyway, the ball in down on the outer side, half forward flank for Smosh, but a good pick up by Sloan. Goes towards Scott Petherick, down towards Marcus Stevens. Marcus Stevens, he be a bit of the butterflies at the moment. His butterflies will be tied up like my tongue was just a second ago.
Marcus just took a bite out of the ball, and he's that keen. Look at him going. He's a mad dog. He's
Nashing that ball. Well, he's happy to get in there. A bit disappointed to be on the bench, but injuries are injuries, and he's given away a free kick in his endeavour to get that first touch on the ball. Anyway, the free kick goes to, I think it was Oates there. No, it might be Rooney, actually. Rooney kicks out, goes towards the half-forward line. Mickey Rooney and Brad Watson spoils again. Boy, has he been a stalwart in defence so far today. He's been a very good player. Taps it out, and it's a boundary throw-in. Boundary umpire on that side getting a bit of a workout in this quarter. Good tackle by Wilson Stevens, and I thought that he might have got a free kick for holding the ball there. It was a very good tackle, but not paid by the umpire. Once again, he will say, "I'll have the ball, thank you very much," and he will ball it up on the half-forward flank of Smosh on the outer side of the ground, right in front of the outer sign. Punches over the back, it's all Walkerville that cannot get the bounce, and seen over the boundary by the coach in Greg Forrest, and once again the boundary umpire will ball it in. Getting a good workout today. Good tap there by Scott Petherick, gets it out towards Mills, but I think Sloaney it was who's seen the ball through. Picked up by the Smosh player, but a good tackle there by Sloaney, and once again the ball will be balled in by the Venture Holidays sign and the quit sign. Quit smoking. Mind you, I might light up at that.
Well, while you light up, Smosh going to attack the dangerous left footer. He can't kick very good, but he's getting a lot of touches. Hubbo's taking a fine mark there. Whacks it on the left foot. Out towards Jack O'Shea there. On the far, in front of the scoreboard. Flips yet another touch to Wills. Over to Sloaney. He's starting to come into it now. As Marcus jumps all over Smithy. They'll still get it, Walkerville. Smithy flips it out to no one, but Smosh can't gather it too, but they do. Put it towards half forward, and Wills yet another. He must have had 50 touches so far as Wills. And Brad Watson, of course, well, he's probably early favourite for BOG today. Bunga Hearn come off. He's probably going to get on the inhaler and have a few whiffs of that, and he'll be revved up for the last quarter, I'm sure. And he probably wanted to give Marcus a run anyway. Greg Forrest, the coach, whacks it on the boot towards Dave Smith there. Smosh gather though, under pressure, kick away, and a good mark to one-handed to Karuna, the Hawaiian connection there for Smosh as he whacks it in. Hubbo flies, punches away. On the ground now. And Hubbo butters up on the left foot again, out to Smithy. He'll mark this one. Yes, good catch there in the gully to Smithy. Now we need a bit of a run here. If he can bang it in quick, I think we got the numbers. There it is at centre half forward. Here we go. Over to Bomber Brown, over to Scotty Petherick. He whacks it in towards Pecker. Pecker Davey can't mark. Ronnie Woodall, they'll work something out, and he just paddles it out over the line. Now I think we'll have a couple of sweepers behind the play here.
Can't help thinking that there was 2 on 1, and I think Ronnie Dorf took a bit of the soft option there for the boundary. He could have sort of tried to grab the ball and handball back across.
We'll never know. We'll have to ask him after the game. Maybe had something planned there between him and Pegger, but didn't come off anyway. There's another throw in on the half-forward flank for Walkerville. Pecker in ruck. Now everyone's had a go and ruck for Walkerville. They're a very versatile team. Smosh get the quick kick away. We've got numbers again, but it's a good mark there by this big fella in Burkhand. Whoa! The ball's been given away. And a 25 metre. Well, I didn't see that one. Did you see that one, Brendan?
I certainly did. It was definite push in the back, and a stupid play there by Burkhardt not to give the ball back. Threw it to the wrong player and deserved 25.
Well, there you go. I didn't see that. The co-commentator did. That's a good call. Gathered by number 6, kicks dangerously across goals, especially when young Corby's there at the fall of the ball. Now, if he gathers, he should bring it back towards the centre of the ground, but he can't. He's under pressure, and they're still in. Sloaney's in there. Dave Smith. Sloaney again. Smosh get it away eventually. They run it out. Now on the wing. Towards the centre ground, but there's another good player today, and Jack O'Shea. He's been a good player back there. He chips it in towards Greg Forrest. He can't put a handle on it. Bomber Brown gathers. Chips towards Gunny. He can't gather it. Corby's. Oh, Gunny caught one high there. One in the gob maybe. Goes in for the smother. And intelligent tap down there by Wills, gathered by Sloaney. Back to Wills, over to Bomber Brown. Fakes the handball, brilliant. Puts the kick in, right on the square, right into Wolf. Gathers. Oh, he's paid us. How can you throw the ball when it's on the ground in a sandpit? Anyway, that's the way it's going to go. Smosh right back on the full-back line. I've got a free. And Marcus spits on the ball and throws it back to the Smosh guy. Ronnie DeWolf's got sand in his eyes. I'm not surprised. There's about 2 ton of it there in the goal square. Oh, there's loose players out here for Smosh on the grandstand side. Elliot Ness on his left foot. Brad Watson couldn't gather. He does now. As Bomber puts his face in the sand here at Walkerville. At Norwood, sorry. Bomber's just looking after his mates there. Good stuff by Bomber. Show of strength. Although he just gave away a silly 3. Sprague Sloan under the ball. Good mark by this country boy. Elliot Ness on his wrong foot. Chips it out to Brad Watson.
Twice as much as the other.
Sorry, Nick Wadkey. Nick goes for the touchdown. Got legged. And will get the free at the half-back flank area, and there's a 25 metres against Smosh, so they're not Peter Perfects either. Nick Wadkey's limping a bit here. He might have done an ankle or something. Gingerly puts the ball on the boot. Up flies Gunny and takes a strong mark. Now Pecker says go in front. No, Gunny goes over the top. Who we got the back here? Scott Petherick. Corby chips, toes it out, gathers, can't get it away. Smosh clear, they've got the numbers. Brad Watson's our saviour, and Bomber Brown's bearing down on him. On the left goes Smosh. Not a bad pass considering. Tatey, Potato kicks it over, deep into the forward pocket, downhill, and he'll Jakes will run it out of bounds. Scoreboard reading 6-4, 40 to Walkerville. 1 goal, 10, 16 to Smosh. Well, Smosh haven't kicked a goal since early in the first quarter. That's probably indicative of the pressure that Walkerville are putting on him. Greg Forrest gathers, the coach, he whacks it on his bird across goals. It's all Smosh leading. That'll probably go out of bounds on the far side. Well, there's a few players got little limps and injuries around the place, but they'll box on. They're in front. This is a grand final after all. You don't show any pain. Craig Sloan picks up and forces, and there's the 3/4 time siren here at Norwood Oval. Walkerville 6-4, 40 lead. Smosh 1 goal, 10, 16 points.
Yes, very good quarter there by Walkerville. Although they only kicked 2 goals, I really believe they could have really got away in that quarter. They're only 24 points up, and even 4 goals. But then when you look at Smosh, they've only kicked 1, 10, and out of that 10, I would say probably 5 or 6 of those would have been rushed. Haven't had a lot of scoring shots, and I really think Walkerville are really only 25 minutes away from a A3 reserve grand final premiership here. They really put it to Smosh and got away in that quarter. Kicked 2 goals to nothing at all, really, to Smosh. And they're looking a very confident team at 3/4 time. A few of the big players starting to come in there. Just have a look at the goal scorers for out of the 6 goals we have for Walkerville. Ronnie DeWolf has kicked a goal, and that was a good goal too, mind you. And the coach Greg Forrest kicked a good goal. Bomber Brown has also kicked a goal.
He snipped Bunga that time, remember? That was really Bunga's goal, but Bomber snaffled it off.
Yeah, well, Bomber kicked it, but it was really off Bunga's boot, to be honest. But we'll take that one. That's another 6 points in front. And Gunny has kicked 2 inspirational goals. Also, Craig Davey kicked a goal. And it's been a real battle of defences here. And I think the best defence so far today, and probably will continue in the last quarter to be, as the Walkerville defence have done a great job. And I would say probably best on ground at the moment for Walkerville would just about have to go to Brad Watson in defence. Has done a magnificent job. We'll be back in just a moment for the last quarter.
Start of the last quarter here, the A2 Reserves Grand Final. A3, sorry. What was I saying? I've been saying A2. Well, that's next year. Probably be the same result anyway. Smosh get the ball. Brad Watson, probably high up in the best players, if not best on ground, gathers yet another possession, and he chips it out onto the wing, straight in front of the commentary position. Smosh bang it back in again, and Pahols knocks it out. Just having a discussion at 3/4 time with co-commentator Brendan that although we've had the much more of the play, 4 goals is not impossible in the last quarter for Smosh to win, but it would be surprising if they did. However, things happen in footy. Here's a chance for Smosh. Elliot Ness puts, and that could be the first one. No, it goes across the goals, and Elliot Ness kicks another point for Smosh. Well, the weather's perfect here at Nord. Not much breeze. While I look at the windsock on the far side of the ground, it's probably going straight across the ground. Jack O'Shea will bring it in. Uses his sand wedge, kicks it about 55 metres out. Wills gets his hand on the ball. He's had a lot of touches as well. Dangerous for Walkerville. And a free's been paid to Hubbo. He's had a good game as well as a hub. He'll chip it out to Wills. No. Over to Dave Smith. Had 2 options there. Dave chips it now over to Wills. And he'll have a bit of a run, I reckon. He has another chip. Out to... Is that Marcus? Marcus. All right. Marcus is going to take this throw in. He'll be keen to get his hand on the ball and get his first kick. Oh, this is not good for Walkerville. Brad Watson coming off. He's done an ankle. He's had a fine game. And young Stewie Smith will come on. Walkerville deep in the pocket. I don't know, I didn't see what happened there. Was Brad, maybe it was that last play he was in. He'll be all right for the night. He'll have a few beers with the boys. He's done his bit. Smosh, clear it. Well, it's still in the inside the circle. Now it's in the centre square, and it's a mark taken there by Putland. He hadn't played too bad for Smosh. He chips it out towards the big fella. The mystery man. I think it's Mary Whitehouse. That could be holding the ball, but no, the umpire elects... Oh, there's looking bad here for Walkerville as Smosh take a mark some 30 metres out from goal. That's Burkhant, the South African. Now, he's a big left footer. He could put this anywhere. Hopefully he'll put it over by the players' race here at the parade. No, he didn't even make the distance on this occasion. That's a good mark taken by Hubbo. He continues on, runs it out. Well, it's not a good kick. He's whacked it straight out to Putland once again. Putland chips in. He's done a good job as Putland today. He's given Smosh a lot of opportunities. Their forwards can't capitalise, and Big Pahals, the skipper, he marks and relieves, kicks out to Corby. Now, young Corby, he's been in a lot of things. He's responsible for one of the early goals for Walkerville. He chips it out. It's marked by Smosh on the outer wing, and he'll put him into attack.
Well, Smosh have had 2 excellent chances at goals, and they've absolutely stuffed their chances of kicking those goals. And it's Elliot Ness has been absolutely caught, dropped the ball, and given a free kick for I don't know what. That is an absolute shocker. And well, I've got to say the umpiring has been quite good today, even though there's only been one umpire. Pretty hard to keep your eye on a grand final with only one umpire, but Elliot Ness lines up from 40, kicks towards goal. It's going to go on the boundary, right on the line there though. And Jack O'Shea does well in defence, picks up the ball, could have cleared, but had no one to kick to, so sees it across the line for just one behind. And although Smosh, yeah, righto, will be smashed tonight. Smosh 112. They've really only had about, out of those 12 points, probably about 5 shots that have missed. The rest have all been rushed, so don't get the wrong idea about the scoreline there. I mean, you can see it all on the screen anyway. And Greg Forrest, the coach, goes towards Scotty Petherick, and Putland over the back again. Oh, but he's played on, kick straight into Bomber Brown. Pressure on by Mills. Mills does well to tackle on the bottom of the pack there. Couldn't see who that was, but Corbs might have gone away to free kick and did. Play on called, advantage by the umpire. And that's offline there by the big fella from Smosh. I think might have been one of the DeTulio brothers. But was offline and rushed through anyway by Hubbo, and Hubbo will kick out from full back. Hubbo, I think he might come to the near side, and does. There's big fellas here for Walkerville, and Jakes takes a great mark, and that's got to be 25 metres. Thank you very much by, I think that's the coach there in P. DeTulio. That might be Pierre. No, it wasn't. It was the other one. Franco Cozzo DeTulio. The big wog from Smosh gives away the 25, and Jakes not happy with the kick, but it's gone deep in. Good mark there by Smosh. They're running the ball now. They've got no other option but to run the ball, and the big fat fella from Smosh, the big coach there, DeTulio, Franco DeTulio, has been beaten by the ball by Nick Wadke, who sees it over the boundary line. Ball in, Scotty Petherick wins the tap, down to Ronnie DeWolf, who gets a kick out of mid-air. That was a Palais style, that one. It's gone down and seen over the boundary line by Slaney. Ball in again. No one really seen that one out, but Clark from Smosh, the old fella there, was into the ball. Tate has thrown the ball, a great tackle by Milson. Plays on, gets the handball across to Wilson Stevens, cross to, I think that's Gunny. Yes, Gunny goes a short pass. Bombers got about 10 yards. Plays on, looks down. It's a great kick to Craig Davey. Great play there. And Mills could have just gone back and punted it up again to half forward line, which has seen a fair bit of that today, just popping it up to half forward. Played on well to Wilson Stevens, took the other option, went short. They went out to Bomber, and Bomber, a precision pass there, and Craig Davey lining up. He'll kick from about 40. He's on about 35-degree angle.
He's 40, he's 45, he's 40.
There's the kick. He's going to drop on the goal line here. Marcus Stevens, no, not able to take it. And it's kicked out of defence there by the Hawaiian connection from Smosh. Capuchino. Alunahana, we've had the call. Marcus punches the ball about 10 yards further in front of the Colossus removals and self-storage sign there. here at Norwood Oval. Marcus again wins the ruck, but there's no one on that side of the pack for Walkerville, and sheer numbers get Smosh out of attack, but the sun in the eyes there of Greg Forrest should have been paid a free kick, copped high, not paid, still in there. Well done, Greg Forrest, to keep it in. Unlucky not to have a kick and to drive Walkerville into the goal square. Umpire says, I'll have it, and balls it up right in front of the scoreboard. Marcus Stevens again wins the rucks. I think it was Sloaney ploughing through there in the pack. Mills, well done in the pack, taps it out. Very sloppy play here at the moment. Everyone going in hard. They realise it's the last 15 minutes of this season. Well done by Gunny, does brilliantly. Wins that ball out to Petherick. Petherick to Sloan. Sloan to Wilson Stevens. Goes short, but oh, well done, Pecker, over the back, and that's a good mark. And Pecker will line up from 50. Probably won't kick the distance. He's straight, but not a long kick.
He won't kick it from where he is because he usually goes back about 15 metres, but no, he's gone for the pass. He's gone to young Smitty. Oh, he dropped the mark that he should have taken, and the Smosh will clear.
Smosh now get out only as far as Scott Petherick, who I've seen him play a couple of grand finals. Seems to bring the best out of him, I think. Grand finals, he takes them marks over to Smithy. Smithy to Jack, and a great pass. And Ronnie de Wolf unable to take another screamer, which he's taken a few of them today. Bomber Brown, 2-on-1, does well. Oh well, lucky for the Smosh player there. Come off his boot, but the ball's already over the line. Umpire's paid a free kick. Don't know where he got that one from. Anyway, Smosh go out as far as, I think it was Clark for Smosh, out over towards Tate. Tate's taken a very courageous mark in between two Walkerville players there. And I have to give him the points on that occasion. A good mark. Drives out towards the wing. A number of players go up for the ball, punched by Paholski, but Smosh have the numbers there. Didn't go very far though, and Smithy gets it across. And that was Ronnie de Wolf, punches it out, but it's Burkant. Burkant goes wide towards the coach of Franco Cozzo de Tullio. He goes down, drives Smosh into attack now, only down towards Hubbo. Hubbo sees it, a nice deft tap across the boundary line in front of a Johnny Farnham Plumbing Electricals sign, and the ball will be balled in. Scott Petherick once again has done very well in the ruck, one all day. Good pick up by Wilson Stevens. It's been like a Greg Williams today. He's had them good handballs out of the pack, but not a good kick, and goes down the throat of a Smosh player. I couldn't quite see who that was, but he's driven back in towards the middle, and Putland again has done a very good job. He's been easily Smosh's best. Goes towards the old fella there, and Nick Wadke has given a free kick away. Did everything right. Watched the ball, got the punch, and Jock Clark for Smosh will drive Smosh into attack. Goes towards the near side pocket. That's got to be a free kick away there, and by the Kilpatrick O'Brien. He's given it away, and Scotty Petherick drives in towards Marcus Stevens, and that's his first real possession today. Marcus coming down the ground, goes long, and in front there is Smithy, and that's a great pass. Handballs out towards Greg Forrest, goes short, and a nice pass to Brett Corbett. Fakes the dummy, goes in, kicks towards goal, and all in by himself is Ronnie de Wolf. Has taken a mark, and a good mark in the goal square. Been clobbered after he marked it, but he gets up. And Nick Wadke coming off, limping a little bit, not too happy. Bunga Hearn going back on. And Ronnie de Wolf has been put right around on the angle. Goes for the checky, and he's dobbed it. I'm pretty sure he's dobbed that one. And good night, Smosh. I think the party's over. You can turn the lights out when you leave, because there's a goal to Walkies. Walkies now move on to 7 goals for 46. And Smosh are 1 goal, 13-19. And it's 13 and a half minutes into the last quarter. And I think it's all Walkerville from here.
Well, for the remainder of the quarter, it should be party time for Walkerville. still bearing in mind that the game hasn't been won yet, but I can't see Smosh winning from here, and they should enjoy themselves to the hilt from now on. Walkerville are just killing Smosh. The solitary goal, they haven't scored a goal since early in the first quarter. Young Brett Smith, Stewie Smith whacks on the boot. It's deep into it. Oh, good handball out by Bunga there. And Ronnie de Wolf, will he get another one? Yes! And now it's definitely party time. Crack the cans. The players are coming from everywhere. It's third. And that's Ronnie de Wolf's third goal. He's kicked 2 check sides from the wrong side of the ground, and he's just whacked that one through, and it's just going to be a smorgasbord now. Smosh have to go down the middle of the ground, and Walkerville are just waiting for him. They haven't got a prayer. Oh dear, this is good stuff. This is a good start to the day for Walkerville. Scotty Petherick revved up like crackers Keenan there. He's going to jump all over this poor bastard. Now the boundary umpire wants to make his claim on the game, and he pays it to the big Galuba. This guy he replaced. Well, that's the way Smosh are going. They just can't do a thing right. It was actually Scott Petherick's free in the first instance. There it goes. Big kick. Biggest guy on the ground for us is young Milsom. He was under the ball. We still get it. Bomber Brown flicks it out. Still gets it again. Flips it over to Ronnie de Wolf. He'll probably kick another one. No. He does the team thing and kicks it to Bunga Hearn. This is just beautiful football by Walkerville. They're just creaming them in the centre of the ground.
Champagne football by Walkerville.
Champagne football. The beers are on ice, boys. You'll be watching this tonight saying, oh, yeah, what a great little pass that was to Ronnie. Now, Bunga's going to try and do a check side. He'll probably pot it too. No, the goal umpire said he had a very cold left breast, and he taps his tit and he says, no, it was only 1 point, Bunga. Sorry.
Jock Clark, the nude nuts come off.
Jock Clark, the nude nuts come off for Smosh. And really, they haven't got a prayer. It's that 16-minute mark. There's only about 6 or 7 minutes. Oh, that's a great mark. He's played well today for them, and there's been good players for them are very few and far between. He whacks in a big torp there. The big Galuba whips it out. There's Burkount, the South African connection. Their players charge on the ball. Gunny gets control, gets a handball, and the ball goes out of bounds on the half-forward flank for Smosh, and there'll be a throw in. Who's going up for the ruck this time for it? It's Smithy. Smithy gets a tap, gets on the ground and rows it himself. Greg Forrest, I can hear him from here saying, work hard, the game's not won. He says to Verhulst, get back there and you get that 40-yarder cut off. Well, a lot of players around the fall of the ball now. Scotty Petherick thumps it out. Craig Sloan battling hard there. Young Milsom gets his foot to the ball, sends it forward to Ronnie de Wolf, who's hot at the moment. Young Corby, great tackle by Corby, doesn't get the free. Now the umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt, and he says it's in the back in the sand pit to Karahuna, the Hawaiian connection for Smosh. The oldest man on the ground gets a kick. That's fair enough. It's probably his last game, but Paholski chips in. Oh, Harbo wasn't even ready. Them it didn't matter. He got the ball, chips it over to Gunny, he whacks it back to the wing again. Ronnie de Wolf goes airborne once again. He's taken 2 speckies already. The old man's deception there. Beautiful little chip. Pitchy Ritchie, Greg Ritchie, over to Milsom. He's out to Gunny. It's all one-way traffic here. Look at this. Ronnie de Wolf yet again. Flips it over to Stewie Smith. In towards Pecker. Can't grab the ball. Bit high. He'll probably get it back though. This bloke will fumble or do something silly. He whacks on his boot. Blind, in hope, out of bounds. And at about this 18-minute mark, it's Walkerville 8-5, 53, well in control. Smosh paltry 1 goal, 13-19.
The ball in there by the umpire. Dave Smith over the back wasn't able to get the punch out. It's a big pack forming here. Almost a ball up again. Bomber. It's very much volleyball here at the moment, but it's been punched out towards Bunga Hearn. Goes through brilliantly. Does it. Cross to Smitty. Stewie Smith gets it across to Ronnie DeWolf for his 4th goal, and he's dobbed it, and that is Ala Dacos. And that is definitely good night, Smosh. And how do you like that one? Well, Ronnie DeWolf has pulled out his best game for the season, and he's kicked 4 goals, and that was Dacos eat your heart out. He's been about 30 metres out in front of the cafe bar sign there. In fact, it might have been in front of the Ronnie DeWolf Glass wine sign. He's kicked it just across the top of the pack and bounced it through, and that's a fantastic goal. And Walkies go further ahead. Nullified bounce there. Mills goes through, unable to take it, but Slaney gathers up and cleans up towards Bomber. Bomber beautifully down in towards Pekka, and Pekka is on the 50-metre line for Walkerville. Pekka to drive him into attack. There's no leads on at the moment. He might have to just bomb it down. Marcus Stevens down the goal square. Now he puts out a lead, but he's covered by Pitchy Richie. And takes a long run up, looks at goal. Kicks it high and long, but it's going to drop in the goal square. Marcus Stevens over the back, unable to take it, but will be cleared out now by Smosh. Is running into each other. And he's done a fat lock, but it's only gone as far as Stewie Smith, who's taken a very courageous mark running with the fight of the ball out on the half-forward flank. Looking in, he's going to kick it into the centre of the ground. No one really there. It's all Smosh and Putland. Easily by a mile, he's been Smosh's best. If it wasn't for him, they would have lost by about, I reckon, 15 goals. Going in there, I think, was Sloaney on the bottom of the pack, as he has all day. He would have to rival Brad Watson for best, because Sloaney's been in everything as well. In fact, it's been just a great team effort here by Walkerville today. And the ball is bouncing around. Marcus Stevens gets a hurry kick right into the forward line. Pekka unable to take it, still cleans up, but dropped it at the wrong moment. And the ball will be bounced, or more or less thrown up, about 20 metres out, almost directly in front from the Walkerville goal.
Have a look at this. There's about 6 blokes 40 yards behind the play for Walkerville. They're just going to mop anything that comes out.
Certainly know it's grand final day today. Marcus Stevens smothers, well done, and picks up the ball. Well, here's the one man who I would think would absolutely hate being sitting on the sideline more than anyone, and hasn't had the chance to do a lot since he's come on, but he's certainly been hard at the ball. And Corbs tries to tap over the back. Tate for Smosh cleans up, does well, takes a bounce, but he's ran back into trouble. Goes back towards Wilson Stevens, but that's come off the boot there. I think it should have been out on the full, not paid, in front of the quit sign. Umpire said, "Thank you very much. You can give that back to the umpire anytime you like." And Elliot Ness has given away a free kick. You're a dog, mate. Bomber Brown takes a free kick from centre wing, kicks into attack for Walkerville. Marcus Stevens caught behind and gives away the free kick. Smosh now to clear out of defence. Kicks long in towards the centre of the ground, but it's all Bomber Brown again in front. Does well, plays on towards Slaney. Now they're running. Slaney goes short, and it's Corbs was pushed out of it. Marcus Stevens, not a good handball. Probably should have ran around and taken a kick, but they're your options. You got one or the other. Goes out towards the right in front of the commentary position. Jakes now gets a hurried handball away under pressure. Mills. Jakes takes Mills out. But good pressure by Sloaney again in there. He's got cramp, I think. But a telling mark taken by the captain, Paholski. Paholski goes into the centre of the ground, and who else for Smosh but Putland. Drives them back into attack. He's not given up. Hasn't gone far though, only as far as Hubbo. Hubbo drives back out of attack. But Whitehouse, we thought was a mystery man at first. Whitehouse takes the mark, plays on, goes out, and Sloaney again. Oh, didn't take the mark. Mills cleans up well, over to Jack O'Shea. gets a handball, should have had a kick. Dave Smith gets a handball. Jack O'Shea's in there again, and well done, Sloaney. Over to Stewie Smitty over to the coach in Greg Forrest. Wills takes a diving mark, not paid.
Give him a break.
Give your whistle a rest, umpire.
I reckon that was that.
It looked pretty good for me. He held it up with one hand and punched it with the other, if that's a handball. Anyway, Smosh clear. And towards the coach for Smosh in Franco Di Tullio. He drives Smosh into attack. Down towards Bamford, but Hubbo over the back. Punches almost took a mark there. Fighting on the pack was Hubbo, as always, and on the bottom of the pack we've seen many times this year was young Mills, the rover. He's always in everything. Ball thrown up 40 metres out. The Holst contests the ruck. Wilson Stevens gets a bit of space, gives the handball across to Gunny. Gunny goes as far as Bomber. Bomber tries for the handball. Some sort of contest there. It's almost like a sumo struggle. The umpire says, "I'll have it, thank you," and balls it up right in front of the Farnham plumbing and electrical sign. And Gunny come through with the ruck there, did well, but really to no avail because Smosh have gone forward only as far as Whitehouse. Not paid the mark, says play on, the umpire. The coach, Franco Di Tullio, goes back, but Hubbo, again a strong mark in defence. Last line of defence, clears out quickly. Probably should have taken time because there was... There's a siren! Thank you very much, Smosh. It's all over. And the final score, the premiers of the A3 Reserve Grand Final is Walkerville, and boy aren't they happy. The final score in this game, Walkerville 9-5-59 have defeated Smosh 1 goal 13-19, and you would have to put it down to a magnificent backline performance from Walkerville. They were the real winners today, I believe. No, I don't think it was really a forward line that got on top, although, I mean, Walkies have kicked 9-5. It's a pretty good straight kicking performance. It was the backline performance of Walkerville really got them there. They propelled every attack from Smosh, and extremely well-deserved effort and a well-deserved premiership here to Walkerville, and that's I would have to say that's the first of the day for Walkies, and we're pretty happy up here, don't you worry. And Paholski, the captain, holds up the shield and says, "Get that mongrel dog up, you Smosh, you're out of there." And it's all over into A2 reserves for the Bees.
Well, yeah, they thoroughly earned it. That was a fantastic team effort by Walkerville to hold Smosh to only the 1 goal for the whole game, especially when they kicked that goal early in the first quarter, is sensational. They put them under pressure, and as Brendan called it, the defence, and indeed all over the ground, held them out. The likes of Brad Watson, who's on crutches at the moment, so dancing's out of the question tonight, but he'll probably have a couple of beers and he won't know the bloody difference. Greg Hubbard, Wadkey and Jack O'Shea deep down in defence there. And in the last half, especially in the last corner, Ronnie DeWolf, he caught fire and he's finished up with 4 goals. Greg Forrest kicked the 1, Bomber Brown snipped Herney, he got the goal. Gunny kicked 2 really good goals early in the game, and Craig Pecker-Davies, he kicked a goal too. Well, all-round team effort, I thought. They never looked like losing really after quarter time when the dust settled, and you can't say there was a passenger for Walkerville. Bunga tried hard, Paholski mopped up in the back there. The Scotty Petherick ruck well all day, and indeed everyone had a go in ruck for Walkerville. As I'll just hear they're singing the song there as the A's run out. It's a great day, a great win for the B grade. Bungahern played well. Will Stevens must have had about 150,000 touches. Marcus come on, bit chunks out of the ball. Stewie Smith gave an honest effort. Sloaney played well. Young Milsom, he gave a fair bit of drive for Walkerville, and Jakes mopped up well in the back as well. And so it was a good all-round team effort. I'd be hard-pressed to pick best players for Walkerville. As Walkerville, A3 reserve premiers, 9 goals 5 to smosh a paltry 1 goal 13. As they acknowledge the crowd, show them the shield. That's what we come here for. And there the boys, very proud. Will they be a little bit lagered tonight, and do you blame them? They absolutely creamed them. There Brad's even doing the victory lap on one leg. That's how much pluck he's got.